So that Drink Champs interview.
Oh, did you see that shit,
I saw most of it. I just really wanted to see the Pete Rock part.
bro? That like, there's no way. For I don't. This is why I don't like. I can't watch that shit the whole album. There's no way in hell that Nori should be on 3-4 hours talking to an artist. That shit could easily be or hour and some change, but 3 hours.
Right.
I mean, it was a great interview. 'Cause I never seen. I don't know when the last time I saw CL in it. It was a great interview, and CL is underrated MC, and he was just dropping jewels, about not wanting to, like wanting to live below his means, but not flossy with it. He got he got money and not wanting to splurge on 3 and 4 chains like a lot of these artists do now. But
Right.
I think he's full of shit when it comes to Pete Rock. I think he's definitely still salty about what happened. Like there was some shit that he said that I didn't know about. Like the thing with Nas, with Nas going to him, he on the P Rock and CL Smooth album. I don't know which one it is. I'm assuming it's main ingredient that I came out in '94 with Illmatic. And Nas told him that he would only do the collab with them if they got back together. So I'm assuming they, at some point, because they tried many times to get back together, it didn't work. There was something that happened when they were on tour in London, but neither him or Pete Rock gets into exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? Pete Rock put out a whole thing on his story, like I think it was back in June when he had a Common and Pete Rock on there, and he said he's telling people it's his business, what happened. They don't need to know, but he's already moved past it. He said he's accepted it. He's moved past it. Everybody else needs to, and I respect that. But the CO thing is bullshit. I think CL is full of shit. And Sylvia Rome, when she took over Electra, they had a meeting, and he's wondering why he's there, and he feels like they owe him money,
Yep.
and he's saying, he's saying she was only focused on Pete Rock's solo career. They were only
Yep.
focused on promoting Pete Rock, and he felt like they looked at him like he was expendable. Why is he there? He was like, "Where's my money?" You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But wasn't he on Soul Survivor, if I'm not mistaken?
He was.
Okay. Wasn't he? Didn't he do other stuff with Pete since then, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah. He has.
And if what he say is true, because I've never heard about the Nas thing. If what he say is true, I'm starting to look at Pete Rock differently also, because if Nas told them like, "Yo, I will do the collab with y'all if y'all get back together," that means Pete Rock was so he has moved past this for so long that even Nas couldn't bring them back together. And what did we say about Pete Rock and Nas? He hasn't worked with Pete Rock since Illmatic.
Exactly.
That's over 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah. I
hasn't
know
he
he
worked?
said. Go ahead.
They had some lawsuit against Pete Rock, or was it Pete Rock that sued Nas for, was it like unpaid royalties or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And he has there's an unreleased joint that he did for Nas that's on Lost Tapes too. Why did Nas purposely not release that track? You know what
That's a
I'm
good
saying?
question.
So now we got to start looking at Pete Rock differently. Like, yo, like, so Nas went to you and said like, yo, I will do the collab with y'all if y'all get back together. And Pete was like, not even by Nas's request, he felt like I'm just done with CL for good. And if he's done with CL for good, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think
Right.
I think CL needs to get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole thing is like, oh well, my producer is doing shit for other people, and but that's my business. But yeah, but you also could have worked with other producers. You know what I'm saying? He could have worked with Primo or the track masters or whoever, Alchemist, whoever. He chose not to do that. That's on him. That's not on Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's using that as, oh well, Pete, you owe me one more album for the fans because you was too busy doing everybody else's albums. That's not on Pete Rock. Pete Rock he has a career. That's he was in high demand. He's still in high demand. Why
And
hasn't
exactly.
CL dropped anything since 2004? Why hasn't anyone worked with CL since 2004?
And it's crazy too because it was the fact that he said in the part of an interview he was also giving Pete Rock the records for him to sample, and he felt like he needed royalties for that. That kind of interests me instead.
So again, he keeps saying it's not about the money. He's good. So what is it about? Are you jealous over Pete Rock? Are you jealous because he was out there doing stuff for Public Enemy and doing stuff for Das Effects and everybody else that was out in the 90s and 2000s? What is it exactly that he wants from Pete Rock? What does he feel like Pete Rock owes him? What does he own? He gave you two classic albums. What does he own?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you, it's no Pete could have a CL could have worked with anyone, and unless he got blackballed, unless Pete, and we don't know about this. Maybe Pete was going around telling people in the industry not to work with him. Unless it's something like that, he have no excuse on why he couldn't work with anyone else. He chose to wait on Pete, and Pete was off doing his own thing. So you can't blame Pete for that. I don't blame Pete for that. I feel like CL is still jealous. I think he's bitter. I think he's jealous of Pete, and he needs to get over it. He doesn't have to work with him. And his thought process of, oh well, we don't need to be friends. All he got to do is just send me the tracks, and we can still put it out. Pete don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like every project he's done, he's pretty much. I've never heard of no beef with Pete Rock and the artists he's worked with. Not Smith and Wesson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he just sounding desperate, like, oh well, we don't gotta be friends to work with each other. Just send me the beats. You're not gonna do that. I think that ship has sailed a long time ago. Just like with the Fugees, when everybody wanted the Fugees next album, we're not getting the Fugees album. That
Sorry.
ship is gone. People need to get over that.
Yo,
If you wasn't there when they were in they heyday, if you wasn't there, then you just wasn't there. You missed it. Get over it.
and also too, I was laughing when Nori
You
said,
know what I'm saying? And I just felt like that whole interview really is. I don't see no reunion happening. They tried more than once. It didn't work out. It's time to move on from it. Why is all these fans they still want it? Yeah, it would be nice. But if this man is has moved on, why are we still talking about this?
exactly.
And he has an EP. He has an EP coming out with Peter Gunn. So he's working with another Pete. So you went from one Pete that you fucked up that relationship with. Now you got a new EP coming out with another Pete.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that turns out. And mind you, this is Peter Guns who came from another group with Lord Tariq, and that shit didn't work out.
That is funny.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, yo, I'm already over it. He needs to move on from it. Stop sounding bitter. Your man don't owe you shit.
He just loves Pete's.
I just was like, and no, I don't know if Nori's playing dumb or if he just like was trying to stroke his ego. I'm like,
Oh my.
Yeah, they stayed on that whole Pete thing for at least a good hour and a half.
Exactly.
And for what?
He was just doing that shit for ratings, honestly.
Yeah, of course he was. Of course he was.
I was dying when he said he didn't know the heavy D. He didn't know heavy D came after the fat boy. He thought heavy D came before the fat boy. I'm just
That
like, what
is
the?
retarded.
I'm like,
That is,
dude,
I
because it
think you
was
had told me,
CL.
wasn't it you that told me about the beef that Troy had with CL?
Wait, what?
You didn't know about that?
Nah, I
Okay.
didn't.
That he also meant that's another thing I didn't know. He had a fight with Troy.
Really?
Yes, they had a beef over a chick.
Oh yeah. I did tell you that years
Right.
ago.
Because
Yeah,
I didn't know that. He had a this is crazy. This man had a fist fight with Troy and Troy's crew had fucked him up like they fucked up his mouth or whatever.
yeah.
And he had to get stitches. He got fucked up by Troy's crew. He had a fist fight with Troy. And then Heavy D was mad at Troy because he was like, you should know better because you were part of a high profile rap group. So Heavy D was mad at Troy because of that, and CL is looking at it like, well, Troy made me somebody that night, right?
What?
That's what he said. He said Troy made me somebody that night. He said I was a nobody, but Troy made me somebody that night. And then what's even more fucked up, Troy dies, and CL turns around and makes one of the most epic hip hop records in history
Exactly.
for a guy that he had beef with over a woman. Over a woman. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you know when I heard that story, I was like, it kind of makes me look at a song. I hate to say it, but it kind of makes me look at the song a different way. I hate to say it.
Right. But yeah, because of the backstory now, because you're seeing all this, and the thing is, he I mean, from he this is what he's saying. He's saying that him and the chick were just friends. They never slept together. But if the chick made that known to Troy a year before, why did he come approach him again over it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See, something
So I'm
about him.
like, something ain't adding up. He's leaving some shit out of that story.
Exactly. He. That's the thing about CL. He likes to change stories over the years and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like he's trying to have a Cat Williams moment. Honestly. No, think about because ever since Cat Williams came out with that interview, all these niggas who you haven't seen in years and stuff like that, they always want to come out with some fucking tea and everything. And sometimes they fabricate or they over exaggerate certain shit. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
it's too late. Like him telling Nori, like, oh, I'm grown, I'm wiser now. You know, I was 25 when
Man,
all that happened. It's too late. Pete already gave up decades ago. Why are we beating this dead horse? It's
it was
too
when
late.
he was like, it was when he brought up Tupac and Biggie and stuff like that. Because mind you, when Pete Rock and CL Smooth got back together in the 20 teens, they did that because they didn't want to end up like Gangstar did, right?
Right, right.
I know y'all remember that interview. And so we thought everything was cool, but then all of a sudden they broke up again. And it's
And
like,
right, that's another thing he talked about how he was out in LA when Pac got killed. And he was like, no, when Biggie got killed, he was out at the award show. And when he said
yes,
when he was like how when Biggie said what up LA, him and his woman decided to leave and to leave California because he knew something bad was gonna happen.
honestly, that I kind of have to. I'm not gonna. I have to agree with CL on that part
Uh-huh.
because Biggie knew what he was doing with. Biggie knew what he was doing with that. Because this is the same cat that rapped the Long Kiss Goodnight verse on that radio interview and shit, which was the last interview before he died and stuff. So
Right.
it was just like
I'm
he
just
could have
like,
just
yo, CL,
he could
it's
have just
time to
stuck to
work
the
with other
script.
people. Yo, CL can work with any producer right now. He can work. They remember when Nori was teasing him up. Nori was like, "Yo, why don't you do some shit with Primo?" And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, why don't you do shit with Primo?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know Primo is great friends with Pete Rock. I don't think Pete would stand in his way. you know, if CL wanted to do like a whole album with Primo,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So it's like he's this is why he's been gone for all this time, because he's literally blaming Pete because Pete was too busy and with his own career that he decided that's on him. That's not have nothing to do with Pete. You decided to be gone for 20 something years. And the first thing
Right.
that you do when you get on the platform is talk shit about Pete and how Troy made you somebody that night.
And mind you, look at the work that Pete has done compared to the work that CL has done over the years.
Well, I didn't hear American, was it American Me?
What?
That was the album.
You mean,
I didn't hear
I,
that.
I,
I didn't hear
I
the
heard
album.
some of it. You're not missing. You're not
Yeah,
missing much. I heard
I didn't
some.
hear the album. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing was, even when they broke up, why didn't he come out with anything? You know what I'm saying? Like if you in a group, 9 times out of 10, when people leave a group, they go solo and they come out with shit. When
Right.
CeeLo left Goody Mob, he came out with Gnarls Barkley. Then he came out with his own solo albums and shit. He didn't wait for Big Gip and Cool Joe Goody and Timo to, you know, oh, let's get back together. He didn't wait for them. And they didn't wait for him. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude been gone for 20 something years, and it's been nothing but fuck Pete, and I deserve this and I deserve that. The last time I checked, the group was called Pete Rock and CL Smooth, not CL and Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like he came off cocky as fucking that interview. Like he was owed something.
Liquor makes the man tell the truth. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'm ready to.
let's go.
Oh, bro. But yeah, anything you want to say, any more things you want to say about the interview and shit?
I like, yo, he's smart. He is a wise man. He has gotten, even with the bullshit he was saying about the whole situation with him and Pete, it sounds like he has matured. But that whole thing regarding Troy and regarding you know, he feel like Pete owe him something, I didn't like that shit.
Right.
Because you're talking about the dead. Troy been dead for what, 30 years? You know what I'm saying? Over 30 years.
Right.
And he's talking in vain about him, like, you know, like oh, like Troy made me a star or some shit. When y'all was fighting over a woman.
I. That's crazy, and that part is insane to me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why even mention that? Why even mention? I know, like, he looked at Heavy D. He told Norby he looked at Heavy D as the Don. Like, Heavy D was like, they all looked up to Heavy because he went multi-platinum and he was on TV shows and movies and stuff. And I really believe that if Heavy D was alive right now, that beef would have been squashed a
I
long time
agree.
ago. A long time ago. And he wouldn't be on Drink Champs talking in vain about Troy like he did.
Yeah, you're right about that. But yeah, I'm ready to start this whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy trying to build it with me. How you doing?
Let's go.
All right, so I got an album anniversary. This album came out September 18th. You know, yeah, September 18th. We're going to do Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814. You know what I'm saying? Actually, they said it came out September 19th, but you know what? Fuck it. We're
We're
still
doing it
gonna
now.
do it. We're doing it now. I
Yes.
have another hip hop. I have hip hop albums for tomorrow. Fuck it, I'll just do that.
Ooh.
But this album came out. This is like her fourth studio album on A&M. You know what I'm saying? And 3 years after her breakthrough album Control, I do have this album, but it's in my dad's collection, and I don't feel like going searching for. I should have pre-recorded, pre-planned this, but whatever. So yeah, this album to me was definitely like her what's going on and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to represent like her social political utopia and everything like that too, because the label they wanted her to make another Control 2, and it was it was rumored that this album was gonna be called Scandal, and they
Really?
wanted it because on her personal and her family life. But
Scandal.
Jimmy Jam, he debunked that. He said, "Nah, that was never gonna be true and stuff like that too." And pretty much, with Janet, she liked to watch CNN. She and Jimmy Jam, and they were gathering all these like things that was happening in the news and stuff like that. With the whole AIDS, and then you had like the whole Stockton Playground murders, which actually led her to do like classic songs like Rhythm Nation and Living in a World I Didn't Make, which I'll get more into that in a minute. And she pretty much wanted to make an album that was very political. So hence why he had Rhythm Nation 1814. You know what I'm saying? So there was a reason why she called this Rhythm Nation 1814.
You
And
never
stuff.
heard Rhythm Nation, but you want to get on me about Sunshine? The nerve of you. Go
What?
back and listen to this album.
You said
I never
what?
heard Rhythm Nation. He never heard Rhythm Nation. Your boy.
Uh
Your boy
oh,
TT. He never heard Rhythm Nation.
oh
But
man.
I bet you at every Chris Brown album, right? Even the bad ones.
But yeah, as I was saying, um I forgot why she called it. I'm trying to look it up right quick and shit. But anyway, but yeah, man, this album to me, I think this was like the first Janet album I actually heard because I know my dad had this in his collection for years. This was like the beginning of the skits in our albums and stuff like that. To which this might be the only album I kind of preferred the skits, if you ask me, because they actually synced well with the songs. You have classic songs like Rhythm Nation, the title track. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that like video, the beat, the dance routine, and everything like that too. Love Will Never Do Without You. All right. Speaking of Heavy D, he was on the remix. Originally, they were supposed to have MC Hammer on the remix and stuff like that too.
Really?
Originally, but yeah,
Wow. Red, you dropping shit that they didn't even mention in the Janet documentary.
which those A&E document, I love those A&E documentaries, but sometimes they don't always like introduce me to anything new. And I was surprised they didn't mention that, but it is what it
Wow.
is. But I think from what I looked up, they said that Hammer wanted more money or some shit.
Wow.
I don't know if that's 100% true. I found this on.
You had one hit you had one hit at that time. You want more money just to be on the Janet album?
He had plenty of hits. Wait. This was
Wait,
'89. Oh
wait,
no,
just
you're right.
once, huh? What song? What song was out at that time from that he
He
was
had
so big?
Turn This Mother Out. Let's Get It
That
Started.
wasn't no big hit. We know what the big
Turn,
hit that made him. That was not no big hit.
turn this mother out.
No, that was on Young T Raps. That wasn't no huge shit for him. I'm
But
talking about
anyway,
household name. Like when he became a household name, it's because of You Can't Touch This.
right. But yeah, man. Other songs include Miss You Much, which I love that record. MISSU Much. You know what I'm saying? Um, my favorite tracks, two of my favorite tracks, Living in the World That Didn't Make,
Mm,
very deep song, and Someday Is Tonight, which is pretty
that's
much the sequel to Let's Wait a While and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of like that more than Let's Wait a While, to be real with you. I feel like that was a precursor to the Janet Period album, if you ask me too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, with this whole album and whatnot, it was a very groundbreaking album. This was the album that really transformed Janet into little sister of the Jacks. Well, let me not say that because Control really broke her out there, but this one was when she became the mega star that she is today.
mhm.
Just the whole artistic, creative control that she had with this. You know what I'm saying? The Rhythm Nation tour. If you guys have never seen the tour in live, but go on YouTube, watch that fucking tour and study that shit. A lot of your favorite performers like Beyonce, Britney Spears, they copied from that influence. Let me say influence from that choreography and shit like that too. But I'm talking way too much. How did you get into that? What do you think about this album?
Do you remember the MTV, the VMA performance she did for Black Cat?
Classic. When
When
she ripped off,
Arsenio was a host,
she
right?
ripped off her shirt.
That's one of the
Yeah,
best.
the best performance that night, in
Yes,
my opinion. The best
definitely.
performance. And I just recently saw that VMA performance too in 19. That was the one in 1990 when
Yeah,
Arsenio
Arsenio.
did. Yeah, Madonna also did Vogue,
That's
which
right.
was also two of the best performances that
Yes,
night. You know,
that's right.
Woo!
That's right. She did Vogue. Vogue was on Immaculate Collection, and then later the Dick Tracy soundtrack that I can't stand. But
We got to talk about
you want to
Immaculate
talk about that
Collection.
soundtrack?
Well, the Dick Tracy soundtrack, and I also want to give a shout out to Immaculate Collection too with that because they do have some new songs like "Justify My Love,"
Yes, that was good.
Vogue, which I do want to give love to because I feel like that's a top five greatest hits collection, and I
Definitely,
need that. I need
definitely.
that in my collection. But I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah, it was great. This album is better than Control. Definitely, like the production, the what it stood for, the message in the album still speaks to now. Like it was a socially political R&B album. Um, like all the singles, Black Cat was really rock. Black rock that we heard from Janet, and you
And
know,
she composed that herself, the
right,
first black woman.
right.
Hmm.
Miss You Much, Escapade, one of my favorites. That had what's his name? The Jamin Hansu was in that film, that video.
Yes.
A young
Hmm.
young Amistad was in that. You know, every song on there was great, man. I love Miss You Much. That was like, I think that was like the first single, right? Miss You Much. And
Actually, yeah, you're right.
yeah, that was a great song. State of the World. Everything on the album was great. And like I said, every album that Janet did was different from the last. She didn't try to,
Right.
copy what she did from Control or what she did with this album or the Janet album. Everyone was different, and she just kept stepping her game up in pop music and R&B, and that's why she's a legend. You know what I'm saying? And she was in her prime at this time, and it's great. It's definitely one of the best albums of '89.
Right. Um. So two more things I want to say, and I know I want to talk. When it comes to Jen, I gotta talk so much and shit.
Uh-huh.
So I forgot to mention since you were mentioning people,
Uh-huh.
Cap Calloway also appeared on the All Right music
That's
video
right.
too.
Yes, I forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, TT. This was 1989,
Mhm.
and I'm looking. I forgot this album only won one Grammy for the music video for Rhythm Nation.
Crazy.
Wow, because
But who
she was the first woman to be nominated for Producer of the Year.
who was beating her that year? Was it Whitney?
I'm gonna
Who was beating her?
give me,
To me, she had the best album of '89. Who was beating her?
let me hold on. Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
It wasn't Prince, because he didn't come out with Sign of the Times. So what? '90 that came out.
87.
'87 that came out. All right, so this is 2 years after Sign of the Times. It wasn't Michael. It wasn't Michael. Michael had Bad. That was '87 too.
Give me a second. Shit. Yo, Wikipedia didn't tell me shit. Okay, so this was 89. This came out. So this got to be 1990 Grammy Awards. So let me look.
It's better than Control, yes. And she have other albums that's better than Control. I don't think Control is her best album. You love Control? Do you think Control's her best album? What is Janet's best album? I think she has more than one to me.
She has more than one. That's the thing. Like, we gonna. She has more than one. That's all I'm going to say.
Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet, Velvet Rope, and All For You. Those to me are her best albums.
Okay, well, so I'm not gonna say all the Grammys, but I know she was nominated for Best Female R&B Vocal Performance for 1990 and 91. She lost in 1990 to Anita Baker's "Giving You the Best That I Got." I can't get mad about that.
That's a good album.
Yeah, I think it was the album. Let me see. Yeah, she got nominated for the album, which that's kind of weird how sometimes they will throw in the singles and the albums, but that's another story for a different day. That's that Grammy knowledge.
Right.
1991, she also lost to Anita Baker with the Compositions album.
Oh man,
Very underrated album.
can't beat Anita.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna look up some more. Hold on. All right. What else was she nominated for? Shit. And we're gonna start the review, y'all. We're gonna start the review. It's a long album anyway. So okay, the Grammys ain't really. Wikipedia ain't telling me a lot of shit, but let me look up album. Let me look up like R&B. Fuck it, I'm not gonna do all that research. Well, Producer of the Year. Okay, let's see who she lost to.
Did we ever go back and watch? I don't need to go back and watch. I was there. I remember the shit. I don't need to go back and watch it.
Okay, so she lost to a nigga named Peter Asher for producer of the year. Oh,
Man, yeah.
Prince and wow, look at the other nominees: L.A. Reid and Babyface, Prince, Tears for Fears. What?
Prince for Batman, the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah, Batman.
Mm. I still don't think I
Sometimes
don't think Batman is better than this though.
it's
I think
not. It's
this,
a fun album.
yeah.
TT. Sometimes I do go back and watch them old award shows. Sometimes, you know. Shout out to my dude Hugo. I can't pronounce his last name at the moment, but he does VMA reviews and all that shit. His reviews be funny as hell, though. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna post a link on his channel. I sometimes share his videos and shit like that too. But let's get started with this Chris Brown review because I got a lot to say about this album.
Mm-hmm.
X, Chris Brown X, Chris X. Let me stop. Why do you call this album X? It's not even his 10th album and shit.
Dedicated to Rihanna, I guess. It was X.
Maybe because he started in the business in 2004, maybe.
Right.
Uh, Not dedicated to Rihanna. Mm. So this is the sixth studio album from Chris Brown called X. This came out September 16th, 2014. Wow, this is literally it's a 10-year anniversary. Wow, okay,
Yeah.
literally a 10-year anniversary.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Wow. Look out. See X 10. Okay.
Right.
Roman
It's magic.
in case y'all don't know Roman numerals and shit.
It wasn't playing like that. So
It wasn't playing like that, you know. It wasn't playing like that. This album came out on RCA and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I gotta hold on. Let me get my water in because you know this album got like 30,000 producers and shit. Excuse me. Singles such as "Fine China," "Don't Think They Know," "Love More," "Loyal," and "New Flame." Producers: Ambience, Anonymous, Bam, Baby Daddy, Count Justice, Daniel Coral, whatever, Danger, Dennis Manuel Peters, Diplo, Free School, Freshman, Ill, Glass John, Hey DJ, Mario Bakovic, Melon Musk, Nick Nack, PK, R. Kelly, Razel, Rockstar. Yes, I mentioned R. Kelly. Sound, Stephen Franks, TV Hits, and Cha Beats. Guest appearances include just to let y'all know we're gonna do the deluxe edition, just to let y'all know. So we got Lil Wayne, Tyga, Usher, Rick Ross, Trey Songz, R. Kelly, Akon, Kendrick Lamar, Brandy, Janae Aiko, Nicki Minaj, a posthumous appearance from Aaliyah too. And this is around the time when niggas were trying to overdo the Aaliyah
right.
posthumous appearances
Drake
because
and all. I don't know why Drake was infatuated with her and shit.
he was trying to do a whole posthumous Aaliyah album without Missy
Who asked for that? Who asked for that?
and Timbaland did that shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And how old was Drake when Aaliyah was out?
5 years old, I think. I don't know.
Crazy. Obsessed with a dead woman.
All right, so then he had an ugly ass tattoo of her. And shit,
Yeah, he had a
like,
tattoo about your for too.
That's your boy, man. That's your boy.
That ain't my boy.
Shit. Where's Miss Gigolo at, yo?
She might be sleeping. I know she was running around doing some stuff before. And she have a live stream playing at 12:30. I know she might not even make it at 12:30. At this rate.
Hey, it be like that. All right. So after the release of we talked about Fame. I think like Fame last week, right? No.
No, Fortune.
Fortune, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was an F. Right? So after the release of Fortune, you know, Chris Brown was still touring and everything like that too, and you know, not really a lot happened around this time. To be real with you, not really a lot happened, but like I mentioned to you yesterday, like the last review, he did get back dating a Rihanna again and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? He was getting into fatherhood. He was getting into fatherhood and shit, and you know he really can't keep himself out of trouble around this time because around this time he was just whooping everybody's ass around this time because around 2012 he had gotten in a fight with Drake and his entourage at some club, which is not surprising because it's Drake and stuff. But then months later, he had gotten into another fight with Frank Ocean. Like he was just whooping R&B singers' asses at this point.
I don't remember the fight with Frank Ocean.
It was over a parking space, bro. Like outside the store, it was
Oh
over.
yes, I do remember that
And
rumor. I thought that was a rumor though.
nah, it was actually true.
Wow.
Allegedly, I think he had called him a faggot. Allegedly, I don't know if that's actually true or not. And that's when they fought and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But there was some people who also said that Frank Ocean instigated it. You know what I'm saying? But
Why you instigate
it's
a fight and then you turn around and get your ass beat? Come on, Frank, drop some new music, bro.
that's funny. All right. Also around this time too, he was also involved in a alleged hit and run and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Around this time, so he was on probation and he had to enter rehab. He volunteered to enter the rehab and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But then he got kicked out of rehab for violating the rules. What the fuck is wrong with this boy?
Man, that that club fight. That remember Mary was there. Fabulous. Tony Parker had to get eye surgery because the glass from like the wine bottle flew in his eye, and that was the same year that he had to go to the Olympics. They had to play
Oh
for
shit!
France. Yeah, he had to wear like goggles or whatever
Wow.
because of that whole fight with Breezy and Drake.
Right. And so he pretty much said that the X album was supposed to have been like his quote unquote most personal album to date. Because we've all seen artists where they go through a lot of controversies, they make a very personal album and stuff like that. We've all seen this before. I mean, hey, it is what it is. As long as the music is good and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why he called this 10 was because his birthday is actually May 5th. And so since May is the fifth month in the year, he added 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Which makes
And
no damn sense.
he also said that like I mentioned before, which I was right about, since 2014 was his 10th year in the music business, that's why he called this 10 and stuff like that.
Mm,
X, excuse me. So I mean,
okay.
yeah, he tried to do something. He thought he tried to do something different with that,
All you
but
had to say was I'm naming it 10 because it's my 10th year in the industry. The whole thing with
you,
his birthday
you,
made no
you
damn
see
sense.
what happens when you give niggas creative. You
See
see
what
what
happens when you're
happens.
on drugs?
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah.
Uh, why am I finally watching the Sausage Party show and shit?
They made a show out of that?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's just how you imagine it and shit. You know what
They
I'm
just
saying?
make a show out of anything nowadays.
They should make a show out of Diddy's
They,
arrest at
they
this
got a
point.
they got a show for that shit you was telling me about the Hernandez brothers.
Yeah, that's coming out tomorrow. I can't wait. That's one I can't wait to watch.
Wow.
I'm
A
actually going
show
to do a review. I'm gonna do a review on
a
this.
series they doing.
Yeah, it's the
Wow.
mini series with the whole Dama shit. I'm gonna talk about that shit.
Crazy.
That's gonna be that has one of my favorite actors right now too and shit. He's gonna kill that. I know he's gonna kill that role.
There's some funny shit that's going on. Like Diddy's arrested and he trying to make bail and he can't. And there's a lot of shit going on that's funny right now.
Man, this old Diddy shit. I'm tired. I'm always getting to the point. I'm tired of hearing that about that shit. I was like Diddy. It got to the point. It got to the point where I'm hearing this shit on fucking ABC News and shit like daytime news. I'm just like,
Yeah.
shouldn't y'all be talking about the weather and shit like
Right.
that? Like,
Right.
like what shit?
They're
But
showing his
hey,
kids going into the courtroom and I'm like, what? He's not making bail. Like they're gonna make an example out of him.
but anyway, from one problematic artist to another, this is the album cover right here. What the fuck is he looking at, yo?
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Robin Thicke album cover, the Paula album cover, low key.
I
And
don't
mind
remember.
you,
I didn't hear that one. That's how it looked.
no, I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Mind you, that was supposed to have been Robin's personal album
Right.
because that was the Blurred Lines controversy.
Uh-huh.
Paula Patton left his ass.
Yep.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Uh-huh.
I never thought Paula Patton was that cute. I'm gonna be real.
Please stop.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to say it.
Oh my god.
There was a time when niggas were making us seem like, oh, she was like gorgeous. I mean, she's pretty, but she ain't no diamond shit like that.
Wow.
That might be a song. She ain't no diamond shit.
How do you do this? Why do you do this?
What? I'm being perfectly honest, nigga. Like this is the Robin Thicke album cover right
That's
here.
the album cover. What are you
Yeah,
looking at?
exactly. What are these niggas looking at?
One dude looking up, the other dude looking down.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
Mm-mm.
you see what happened when you give niggas? That's what we want to do. You see what happened when you give niggas control? Oh, if you want to laugh, let me show you the cover for the X single and shit like that. Let me show you. You're gonna laugh at this one. Hold on. You're gonna laugh at this one, boy.
For X was a single.
Yeah, because I'm on Rap Genius. Look at this shit.
What the fuck? What is that?
I don't even know.
Yo, he was doing too much.
Drugs.
Man.
Drugs! All right. So since we're doing the deluxe edition has about 21 songs. Listen, I didn't eat anything since this morning. So I'm gonna try to go through these as fast as I can until we can get to the cool.
You been? You got off your high yet? She was high, bro.
Oh,
She
she
was
smokes too?
high. She was high as fuck. Huh? She did
She smokes
edible.
too?
She did edible. She
Oh.
was high as fuck.
Oh,
Earlier, I
welcome to
was
the
on the
club.
phone with her, and like she kept staring at me. I'm like, why are you staring at me like that? Oh man,
Shit.
I love
Welcome to the
I
club.
love it when she's high though. Like she's so cute.
Mm. Look at y'all. Look at y'all and shit. Look at y'all. All right. So track number 1 is called X. Excuse me. Very, very, very dope song. This is actually one of my favorite songs on this album, joking aside. Again, he's talking about moving on from an ex-girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? How many times are we gonna talk about this? How many times are we gonna talk about ex-girlfriends and shit, bro? I mean, but it can also be a metaphor for looking forward and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
first verse, he said a good ass line. He said, "If you're only as good as a company you keep, then I'm gonna blame you for what they say about me and stuff like that too." You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's all good and shit, but
Mhm.
it's what they say is true though. That's the
Right.
question.
Exactly.
We want to believe. We want to believe you're doing good. We want to.
But we just can't when you throw chairs through the window in Times Square and you threaten to kill Karuchi. How could we give? How could we trust you now? Got to
And
look
you
at you
whooping
with a
the
side
R&B.
eye.
Mind you, years later, he whooped Usher's ass years later and shit.
And then he beat Usher's ass at the same
The,
party that
the
Usher
nigga that
paid
planned
for.
your party and
The
shit.
nigga that planned your party and paid for that out of his own pocket, you beat his ass, and you wonder why people look at you with a side eye.
I'm surprised
Oh,
him and R. Kelly didn't fight and shit like that. I'm
right,
surprised
that we know
because
of.
he was just fighting every R&B singers' asses at this
Yeah,
time and shit.
Frank Ocean over a parking spot. A parking spot? Really? Is this what is that you willing to go to jail over a parking spot?
All the shit you don't even own and shit. Think
Exactly. You
about
don't
that.
own it. You don't own the parking spot.
But yeah, this is a dope
Hey,
song. I love the R&B edge. Like I said, like the fortune and the fortune that he was more danceable. This time he's getting back in his R&B bag and stuff like that too. So I like this one.
yes, you got a great song to start off the album. Love the beat for this. It was dope.
Yeah, it had a very ambient kind of sound to it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like that shit.
Hmm.
All right. Next song is called "Add Me In." This was another very dope track right here too. You know what I'm saying? Very fun track. I kind of wish this was a single, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? He uses a lot of like mathematic metaphors, which I find that was kind of something new. Songwriting wise, it's actually one of my favorite. Like your body is an isosceles. I'm just trying to try angles.
Mm.
Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
How clever.
That
Oh,
okay. Ooh, that was actually kind of clever. Okay. Your love is trigonometry. Just trying to solve your whole equation. See, I'll be sleeping on Chris though.
I want to
They
divide
he
your
has
legs in half.
yes. Yeah. See, he was on his R. Kelly shit with his album. He was on his 12 play shit with his because I'm looking at myself like, you know what? I'm not mad about this right here. So I wish this was a single though. I really wish.
He put out enough singles on his album, right? You want him to release the whole album?
Hey, if Michael can drop 7 out of 9 songs on Bad, then he could at least drop a good 13 out of
He ain't
21. But he's
Michael.
not Mike.
He's not,
What?
nope,
Yeah, here I go mentioning Michael.
nope,
Here I go.
nope. Don't start that again because we saw that last week.
Where's Tank at?
Right? Where's Tank at? Tank,
Oh shit!
gay ass. Oh, come on. Admin was fire, man. It's creative. It was a creative song from Breezy.
Right,
I like it. The whole math references and all that.
for real. Shit, it reminds me of a song I made called Measurements and shit. It reminds me of a
Oh,
song
you got
I
one
made.
too?
It's not like mathematical references, but it's how I released it though. That shit, it's
Yeah,
hot
we
song.
need a remix now with Breezy. You and Breezy?
I don't know if I
Yeah.
don't know about.
No?
Yeah, TT. Chris did say that Big L was one of his favorite
Really?
rappers.
Big L
Yeah,
and Chris
and
Brown.
after what he did to Quavo, I can kind of see why. Yeah. Oh shit. Why is it that next to Kendrick Lamar, Chris Brown had the next best diss track next to Kendrick Lamar this year? make that shit make sense.
I actually like Drake's diss track to Kendrick. The what was it called? Meet the what was the second one?
You mean push-ups?
No. Well, all
Family
right, what was
Matters.
it? What was it? Meet the yeah, that one. Well, that one was fire. I actually like that one.
Uh,
But I
that
didn't
was
like the
decent, but
that was just
remember, he wasn't only going at Kendrick on that song. He was going at Rick Ross and
right,
Future.
right. That's
He
why
thought he
Rick
was
Ross
LL.
jumped
He thought he was LL Cool J trying to pull it to the break it down and
in.
shit.
Right? You ain't
When
LL.
honestly, the best disses was against Future. Y'all not ready for that conversation yet, though.
Well, I don't listen to Future, so
They ain't ready for that
hey,
conversation.
he could have been singing in this song in the future. I still would have said, "Oh, that's just better than anything Future got."
They ain't ready for that conversation yet, but okay. But anyway,
Family Matters, that's the joint. Yeah.
yeah, man. Sure, I'm trying to watch Family Matter clips on YouTube. I see this Canadian just coming up on my fucking shit. Oh my god, we need a remix with fucking Reginald Ville Johnson because I remember when he was rapping on the party machine.
I saw that shit. He was a rapper, like he used to rap back in the day.
He was no, he just freestyled. He just
He just
freestyled.
freestyle. Hey, he was good. He was good.
All
It's
you
not
gotta
like
do is
not
just
like Phil. There's not like Phil Huxtable was rapping back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You know,
now. I'm the dad. I made all this happen, Harry. I'm sick and tired of all this rap.
Cliff Huxtable was not rapping back in the day. So we got Carl Winslow. That's a rapper.
The Winslow posse. Shit. Anyway, third song is "Loyal," featuring Lil Wayne and Tyga. Honestly, Christian, I didn't say what up to nobody and shit like
These
that.
hoes ain't loyal.
But hold up, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Hey, what? Okay. When I first heard this song, I hated this song when I first
You
heard it.
hated it, really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
it had first. It was mostly the beat because it reminded me of a poor man's version of Big Sean's "I Don't Fuck with You." Because both those songs came out at the same time. I kind of surprisingly, that's actually my favorite Big Sean song.
Wow.
Surprisingly, but it's mostly for your favorite rapper E40.
I don't like both of them. So
West Coast Nas.
the West Coast Biggie.
Oh God. But now I actually like this song, you know. I actually like this song, you know what I'm saying? It was so big. I remember when this song first came out, it was so fucking big and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was bumping this song in the summertime. Everybody was remixing this song. Yeah, speaking of Too Short, you know, well, we weren't speaking of Too Short, but Too Short to remix this song, of course, because you know I actually like the Too Short remix. I actually like that a bit more. Right. You always know Too Short. French Montana, he remixed this song too. He probably remixed it because Diddy did him wrong. You know, you never know. Yeah, but this is the hot song. I ain't gonna hold you. You know.
Yeah, I love it. The beat was fire. You know, Lil Wayne killed it. Tyga.
Right.
These hoes ain't loyal. Classic. Classic record.
Definitely fire.
Listen, Queen Liba likes it too. I hope you like it for the right reason, Queen Liba. Are you trying to tell me something? I don't want to hear that.
All right, next song we got is New Flame featuring Usher and Rick Ross. D D D D D D D D D D D got a new flame.
Fire.
I love this song, but hot take, I feel like Rick Ross was not needed for this record.
Oh, come on.
I feel
What are you
like
talking about? What, he had a
this, and
dope
then
verse on it.
I always love a good Rick Ross guest first, but if it was just Usher and Chris, it would have just been as good and shit. I feel like they could have just had Rick as a remix and shit like that. I
Oh,
like his verse though.
oh, home
I like
plate,
his
George
verse, but
City, sour niggas sliding in a baby, I'm a boss. I'm talking George Steinbrenner. I love the Yankee references. I love that was clever.
yeah,
His
that's
verse was
cute.
fire.
Yeah, that's cute.
Maybach music.
Maybach music.
Fire.
Yo, what the fuck am
Classic,
I watching?
classic record. Kim, Breezy and Usher. I love that. You know, the Rick Ross on there. The bass line was fire.
Definitely,
Classic record. It's one of my favorite Chris Brown songs.
definitely. All right. Next song, songs on 12 play. A song about a problematic R&B singer featuring another problematic R&B singer.
Wow.
Wow.
They should make a group and include your boy Diddy. You know, he, he party children.
So, but to be real with you, this is actually my favorite song on the album. To be real with you, well, my second favorite. Let me say that because there's another one I fuck with. This song is like a tribute to R. Kelly, probably the last known tribute to R. Kelly to this day. To be real with you, because mind you, this was around the time when he was going
Yeah.
down for that cult and shit. This was right around that time. God damn, hold up, wait,
Mm-hmm.
damn, because the X came out 2013. Because he went he yo wow,
Mm-hmm.
damn, it's been 10 years since that shit.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, go back to what I was saying. So yeah, this was just like add me in and shit like that. He had like a lot of slick references to R. Kelly. It saw cost song few songs that was not on 12 play. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my little slight gripe and shit like that too. Cause that's just the music side of me talking. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I love the chorus when he says, "We gonna be bumping and grinding. Seems like you're ready to sex me, baby, baby. And I'm feeling on your booty, driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Half on a baby, baby, because your
Ooh.
body's calling me. And with your permission, let me start your ignition." That line aged like fine wine, but I'm gonna leave my thoughts on that. Don't you
Ooh.
know that you're reminding me of a song on 12 play? That chorus is kind of hot though. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they were mentioned it was like a love letter to R. Kelly.
Mm.
That does not sound right coming out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But you guys know what I mean. And unfortunately, I got some more R. Kelly jokes. Unfortunately, so hey, how far can I go with it?
I think I know what I'm playing when I make tribal.
Oh God, but
Man. I would be playing this. You know what I mean? But the song was fire. So it's like a great homage to like one of the best R&B albums, or like really the best R&B album on '93, with 12 play and
mm,
it's ironic how you have somebody like Trey Songz who felt like he was better than R. Kelly, which I never saw. That's on this track.
and
That's
look at him
really
now. He's
and look at
licensed
him
to
now,
R. Kelly
right?
now.
Look at him now. You're about to be in jail with R. Kelly and Diddy. You know, just hold the cell open for them. They're coming in. You know, and the track was great. I just wonder like why was Trey Songz on here when you felt like you were better than R. Kelly in the first place. You're actually doing a homage to R. Kelly. Did he come to his senses?
Well, maybe it was the drugs talking. You never know.
Oh, that's what. Well, I mean, he was on the BT red carpet saying that he was better than R. Kelly. That I don't understand.
Speaking of which, TT, I sent you one of his videos. It's actually Hugo Henderson. Shout out to him. He has done VMAs as far back as like 1987 and stuff like that too. So y'all check his ass out. But yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Right? Irony.
The irony.
Irony.
Yes.
Yeah, I said irony. Oh shit. Man. Next track, 101 Interlude. This is just an interlude, pretty much like a reprise of, the R. Kelly 12 songs, 12 play songs. He's just rushing home to go see his girl and stuff like that. Nothing to it, Hey.
Yeah, it was cool. Nice. Vocally, he did his thing on here.
Right. All right. Next song. Well, we picked the most appropriate title for the R. Kelly track for Drowning It. Like,
Drowning It.
Wow, like, yeah, because nothing says puddles like R. Kelly, yeah.
Right.
But yeah, this is actually another one of my favorite tracks too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, right. He has the perfect song, Drowning It. Yeah. Yes.
Because when you piss on somebody, you make a puddle.
Yeah, man. Let's just look at the first verse. R. Kelly song. It don't get no better than my tongue writing you letters, babe. Wow. My tongue writing you letters. Wow. You're a very special human being. Feeling you get wetter. We'll be making love until the morning after, and I feel your tide slowly rising as I'm slipping from your water fountain. We're gonna flood the bed, take it to the ground. While I'm in your ocean, baby, hold my head down.
Notice he said flood. Notice he said flood.
Right. He was just telling on himself throughout these songs.
Dipping a hole for himself at this point.
Man. Boy. But I actually like this song, It's actually a pretty good song, man. Yeah, hey.
This was good.
He knew he was gonna get locked up. He thought he was gonna pass the torch down and shit.
Pass the torch.
Well, they'll probably pass the cup, but you guys know what I mean.
Right. My God, this was a great sexy ballad, and I feel like the sequencing. Somebody was brilliant with the sequencing, just to put songs on 12 play at track 5, and then you got the little interlude, and then we're back to R. Kelly on track 7, and that was brilliant sequencing, and yeah, it was a great song.
Yeah, very good song indeed. Yeah, I had to, just like you, try to eat something right quick while I'm doing this review and shit. Munching on some Oreos and Doritos.
Oh boy, I got
Oreos and Doritos.
It must be a Doritos night because Queen Libra got Doritos. I got Doritos. Like you got Doritos.
Now, wait a minute. Before we start celebrating, what kind of Doritos you got? First of all. Okay. You got the right one. Yeah. You got the right one.
Yep.
Yeah.
The red bag.
So that's the best. That's the best Doritos.
Yes.
Niggas talk about Cool Ranch is the best Doritos. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah.
Nacho cheese, nigga.
Yeah, the nacho ones are the best ones.
I like to like. I remember when I was a kid. I used to eat so much cheesy chips. I used to lick my fingers all the cheese. I used to lick my fingers and shit like that all the time.
Some people do that.
I used to call myself cheesy fingers and shit.
Oh man. Cheesy fingers.
Yeah, TT. R. Kelly's last album was a Christmas album, believe it or not.
Yeah, it was good.
What a nice way to remember your fans by a Christmas album.
Right. This is my gift to you.
Can't blame the brother for trying. Next song, Came to Do, featuring Akon. Unfortunately, another artist that was accused of some shit, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that.
It just get better. Man. Is anybody normal?
Well, Kendrick's on this album.
I hope he ain't in trouble with nothing. He better keep his nose clean from now to the Super Bowl.
Remember that issue was Akon was accused of dancing with that girl in the club.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he came out with that song, "Sorry, Put the Blame on Me." Oh, oh.
Mm. It's too late for that. Put the blame on you.
Mm. All right, this song is a pretty braggadocio track right here. You know what I'm saying? It's alright. It's not only one of my favorites. It's pretty cool and shit. You know,
Yeah.
I kind of felt like Akon was a weird choice as a guest appearance and stuff like that too. But hey, it is what it is. You know, I ain't got Akon's dope and shit. You know, hey,
I like it. I like the beat was fire. You know, Akon doing his thing on here. It was a good collab.
very dope collab. All right, next song we got is Stereotype. I didn't care for this track to be real with you. Most of the beat I don't even care for.
Had
It
like
had
a
one of those, yeah, those Cash Money Mickey Mouse beats and shit.
Casio keyboard beats and shit.
Like ding 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 ding.
All
Those
he had to do was
motherfucking
pause his beats up. He's the master of that shit. Yeah.
magic school bus beats.
Hey.
Like,
Breezy was using auto tune on here too.
hell yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I did. I didn't care for this track.
Yeah, it was alright, but it just it's skippable to me too.
Right. Next track, Time for Love. One of my favorite Chris Brown songs of all time, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not often I say that about a lot of Chris Brown songs, but hey,
Mhm.
this has a this is the perfect mix. This is what I wish the Fortune album sounded like. A
Mm.
little mix of up-tempo R&B with the pop flair, with the synths and everything like that too. Come on, man. Don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So this one's a very dope song. He's trying to win a girl, talking about it's only time for love. I wish you would have done more songs like this as singles, but hey, you know what I'm saying? This was a pretty
Yeah,
dope song. I like this
yeah.
one.
I like the beat for this. The pianos on it.
Right. Hmm. Yeah, man. These Doritos. Ooh, I don't know what it is tonight.
You
I
gonna
be
eat the whole
feeling good
bag?
though.
You eating the whole bag or what?
Nah, I got the party bag. I gotta save that. Shit, Doritos are going to $4 a bag now. Shit, I gotta you gotta
It's
save that
expensive.
shit, man.
It's expensive, man.
Back in my day, you can get a bit, or you get a party size bag for $2 back in my day and shit.
Right?
All right. Next song is "Lady in the Glass Dress." Um, I don't even know what to think about this interlude right here. You know what I'm saying? I guess he's talking about a glass dress because the girl has been hurt by so many men, so he
Right.
feels like he's going to be the one to treat her better and stuff like that because everybody loves them some Chris Brown. It's not like Chris Brown has made a woman feel bad about themselves and shit. You know. Why am I like this? Why am I like this today?
It was okay, you know. There's no beat for it. He's just, I singing acapellas and you got like some finger snaps.
Right. Because if anybody knows how to treat a woman well, it's Chris Brown, right? No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Yes, you know his history.
I'm weak. All right. The next song we got is Autumn Leaves featuring Kendrick Lamar. Very dope song. I remember when the song first came out, a lot of people were fucking with it. 'Cause this was Pete Kendrick and shit. You know what I'm saying? Very soulful kind of joint right here too. You know what I'm saying? But it gets really heavy like towards like as the song escalates and escalates and escalates, which I fucking love.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? You pretty much see a more vulnerable side
right.
of Chris Brown and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So very 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 dope song. He also said in the interview that Kendrick Lamar wrote his verse and stuff like that too, which I can kind of see it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was kind of in rare form
Mm,
and stuff. Um, he did the music video. It was not released as a single, but he did a video for it in Hawaii with Karuchi and stuff like that too. You know what I'm
did
saying?
he? But there's
So
another version of this video.
there's two versions.
Yeah, because there's one where he's like playing like a ninja or some shit.
Oh, I never heard about that one. Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one is on his YouTube channel. That one he's playing like a ninja. I didn't know there was another version of the video.
Shit. See, it means so much when people say shit like that. I'm on fire tonight, man. I'm telling you. I don't know why. I guess R&B reviews always bring the best out of me and shit. I don't know.
Is it the Doritos?
Maybe it's a Chris Brown. Maybe it's a Chris Brown and shit.
I think it's the chips.
Mm. Well, I did have some vodka earlier.
Oh, that explains it.
But it was like around 9 o'clock and shit. I'm not drinking right now though.
That was only like 3 hours ago. So.
And I didn't eat anything since like before that. I ate since like 12 o'clock. So yeah.
Right.
But I'm not drunk though. I'm just a little turned. It was literally just like 1.5 shot. Okay, it was close to 2 shots, but hey, shit. It was an old. I didn't want to see an old friend. She treated me. Fuck it. But anyway, too much information. But yeah, you like this song?
I love the song. The song is fire. They had like that heartbeat sounding type of beat for it, and it's melodic, and you had guitars in it and synthesizers, and Kendrick's verse. He was fire on here. Kendrick wasn't in the video though. Why wasn't he in the video?
He was too busy making one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time, To Pimp a Butterfly.
That's why. Okay, you get a pass. But yeah, this is a great record.
Y'all know Kendrick comes out like a ninja. Y'all know.
You should have played the ninja in the video because I mean you had Breezy dressed up as a ninja. It gave me like some Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes.
I'm gonna save that for later. Hold on. Because if I keep eating, I'm gonna be clumping. I'm hungry later, because I'm gonna say somebody have me some mac and cheese later on and shit.
Okay.
All right. See, when I'm hungry, I always make food references, so don't mind me.
Are you cooking? You cooking after this?
No, I have leftovers, boy.
Oh, you have leftovers. Okay.
I was gonna cook, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I have time.
Right.
I have plenty of leftovers that can last me. All right, next song we got is "Do Better" featuring Brandy. Now, they did do a song before called "Put It Down," which I fucking hate.
You hate the song?
You like that song?
Yeah, I thought it was fire.
If you really gonna put it down. Oh, I hated that song. I thought you hated that song for a minute.
Nah, I like the song.
Oh wow. This collaboration is much better, but it's still it's an nice song and shit like that too. I'm always down to hear Brandy, the vocal Bible, because there's some motherfucker that try to be like, oh, Brandy's not that good of a singer. Brandy should be called a vocal Bible, So you gotta put some emphasis on the name. Like, this girl has not been singing since she was like fucking 12 years old or some shit. But hey,
right. And she raps.
Yeah, she raps too.
Yeah,
she raps better than your favorite rapper. Sometimes you never know.
I'm not going that far. I ain't going that far now. So she's good.
Does she rap better than Mary J. Blige though?
No comment.
Oh, excuse me, Brooke.
If I say yes, then Jalen gonna be in my DM immediately. Like, what are you talking about? Mary can rap her ass off.
Monet Tejada the earlier years.
Oh, man. It was good. I like it. I like the song. Had a nice beat.
That's who Lorenzo fell in love with. That's the Monet Lorenzo fell in love with right there.
Right? Oh man.
Mecca fell in love with the got the chicken when she was on that Burger King commercial with the chicken.
I saw him on a new show now. He playing like some cop.
He's playing what?
He playing a cop.
He's playing what?
A cop.
Oh, see, that fits him. See, I can see him more as a cop than a gangster, but actually, not scratch that. Mecca was more threatening than Lorenzo. I took him more seriously than Lorenzo.
Yeah.
All Lorenzo did was what the fuck. That's all he ever did. Who the fuck? All he ever did was say fuck like that.
Right.
Mm. All right. Next song is called "See You Around." This is like one of those ballads and stuff like that that I kind of put on the same length as "With You." Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, don't really have that much to say about it.
Yeah, it had like an alternative sound to it. You could do guitars and pianos.
Right. Excuse me. Next song is called "Body Shots." Um, this is a pretty fun song too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, not only one of my favorites, but it's pretty fun.
Yep, it was good. Now again, like I had an alternative sound, synthesizers on it. The beat was fast, and I liked it.
Right. And the last song is called "Drunk Texting" featuring Janae Kool. You know, this song.
Did we skip one? Did we skip Body Shots?
I just talked to wait. Oh, I talked about Body Shot, but we did skip one. The
We skipped
Don't Be Gone Too Long.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's pretty straight.
yeah. That's the one that had more of like alternative sound. Body Shots had like the EDM sound to it.
Right. Now, Drunk Texting. This was better than the "Eat the Booty Like Grocery" song with Omarion. Supposed to be.
See,
I didn't like that
Supposed
one.
to Be. I like Supposed to Be. It was fire.
You like that? What?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You like that song "Supposed to Be"?
Yeah.
You out of all people.
I know, right?
The nigga don't even like Scissors Control album and shit.
I like the production on Scissors Control album. I don't think she could sing though.
You like? Wow.
Raw and B. I don't listen to Nick Cannon, so why would I listen to that?
Who the fuck is Raw and B?
Nick Cannon? I don't listen to Nick Cannon. How would you even know about that song? You know.
That's what he calls his mixtape Raw and B.
What is so raw and B about him? What is raw about Nick Cannon?
David Faustino was more raw than Nick Cannon.
The only thing raw about him is getting bitches pregnant. And we got what is he up to, like his 15th kid?
Yo, it has been a while. Nick Cannon got somebody pregnant. I just realized. Wow, he hasn't gotten somebody pregnant like how many months?
Yeah, that's the only thing that he raws up. Well,
Wow,
there's nothing raw about him.
It's been a while since the nigga got somebody pregnant. Because there was a time this nigga was getting pregnant, girls pregnant within weeks. I was like, what kind of sperm did this motherfucker got? Yo, that's crazy. But anyway, back to the point. Yeah, yeah. So we just talked about "Don't Be Gone Too Long" is the right.
Yes.
All right.
And Body Shots.
So drunk texting. That was okay. You know, not really one of my favorites and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah, it was alright.
Then we got "Lost in Your Love," one of my favorite tracks on this album as well too, and stuff like that. Dope bonus cut. You know what I'm saying? But I love the beat too. Very R&B sounding.
Yeah, it was definitely love the beat for this. It was a dance track. It was dope.
Yeah, definitely.
Nick Cannon singing, and you talk about I listen to everything. You listen to Nick Cannon sing. Who can't sing?
When the fuck did he sing?
What does that say? Nick Cannon doing R&B. That don't even sound right.
It was 2022. He's still dropping music in the 2020s. Wow. I thought his career died when Eminem blow up them bagpipes from Baghdad and shit. Wow.
Right? Wilding out.
And that show is still going on. I don't know why.
Still going on. They got nothing else
I mean,
to show on TV. What else are they gonna go? Are they gonna show like Teen Mom? I'm 30 years old, but they still call me Teen Mom.
Ridiculousness.
I like that show though. But other than that, what are they gonna show on here?
How many times can you see white people busting their ass and shit? It's like it's funny. Like
when they bust their ass though. It's hilarious. That's why I like watching it.
Shit, but then he hear that Chanel West Coast girl with that
Yeah,
stupid ass laugh.
they need
Sound
to
like
take
Kitty.
off. They got her own show on there. They need to take off with it.
Sound like fucking Kitty Foreman and shit, man. Mm.
Have you ever seen the episode where Charlamagne dissed her while he was on it?
I saw a clip years ago.
Yeah, when he told she can't rap. And she
Oh
got mad.
yeah, yeah,
That shit was
yeah.
hilarious.
I did see that shit.
Hilarious.
All right, next song is "Love More" featuring Nicki Minaj. She's not popular. Well, she's problematic because she's married to a PDF. That's what I'm going to say. But,
A lot of
hey,
problematic artists on this one. On this
man,
album. Oh man.
this is like therapy. He did say it was his most personal album, so
For everybody.
was she seeing the PDF at that time? Wait, you know what? I'm just going to say it. Pedophile. Fuck it, I'm just going to say it.
She was seeing Drake at that time.
Why? Yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly. But yeah, this one was dope. You know, Nicki Minaj doing her thing and shit like that too. You know, PDF.
There's a video for this too.
I just want to say it. Pedophile.
There's a video for this too. Yeah,
I said it.
This is dope.
Cause niggas act like you can't say pedophile no more on YouTube and shit. Dang.
We say what we want.
Right. If white people can say the N word, then we can say pedophile.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. And the last track, Fine China. I've always loved this song right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised this was a bonus track,
Right.
but at the same time, not. Because this was like a promo single and shit. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope beat. You know what I'm saying? He actually wrote this after he won his first Grammy for the Fame album and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much went to the booth. He wanted to get in his Michael Jackson, CM Cooke kind of bag with this one. There I go, mention MJ again. There I go. There I go. There I go. There I go. But anyway, but yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites of this album. One of my favorite Chris Brown songs he's ever done.
This was the first one I heard. It, like you said, it was a promo single. They played it for months before the album came out, and I love the beat for this, the bass line, and just a dope dance track from Breezy.
Right. So overall, this may be my favorite Chris Brown album. Looking back now, I'm gonna be real. Give me 1 second. That was so rude. Anyway, so I was talking with my mouth full and shit. That was so rude. But anyway,
You can see you. So
I don't like when people watch me eat. Honestly,
okay.
It's something weird about me. I just don't like when people watch me eat.
Right. So how do you feel about restaurants?
Well, if people watch me eat when they at a restaurant with thousands of people, then that says something about themselves that they're fascinated with me. So I'm cool with it if you watch me. I mean, but still though, if you're just looking at me when I'm eating and shit like that, and I'm literally just making sounds like eating with my mouth full and shit. But why am I talking about this? But yeah, this is a very dope album, very R&B and stuff like that too. You know, I feel like with this one, the songwriting was a very key component on why this album was a success. It had the playful songs, the sex tracks, the lovey-dovey kind of songs and shit like that. I feel like this might also be his most balanced album since the earlier days, because while the Gravity sucked, the Fame album was a good step in the right direction and shit like that. Fortune was a bit too dancey for me, but the X album was just that right album at the right time. And it's just like you kind of see the maturity in him, but at the same time, it's just like people still side-eyeing him. You know what I'm saying? People still side-eyeing him, but I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. Where he at, though? Where Dark Mouth at, though? Where Dark Mouth at? Nigga, where you at?
You know you looking out there somewhere.
Where you at? I know you're out here looking, nigga.
Where you at? Stop trolling. Where you at?
I'm going to tell you something, fool. Oh, shit. Anyway, I'm sorry, but yeah. Go ahead, Bo.
I love it. I love this album. This album is a balanced album of fast songs, mid tempo ballads. Big features on here from R. Kelly and Trey Songs and Lil Wayne and Tiger, and love the production. He had a lot of big hits off of this album. You know, I think this is like for me top three Chris Brown albums, like Fame,
too.
X, and then we're gonna talk about the next album after that. But I'm gonna definitely give it 4.5. There's a lot of songs on here that I love. Don't think they know, Autumn Leaves, New Flame, Royal, Fine China, Drowning It, songs on 12 Play. It's a great album.
I feel you. I don't know why I'm watching this MC Light Yo MTV Raps performance.
Was she trying to dance?
Let me stop. We have to let Eric do. We have to do a reaction with that with Eric or
Oh,
somebody
man.
because
That's gonna be crazy.
that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. One more thing before we're gonna do that quick top 5 Kool Rap guest verses of all time.
Yes.
Yes, I'm ready for this one.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready. I'm gonna let you start it off.
We start from number 5 to 1.
Number 5 to 1. That's why we do it.
Number 5 for me is from NORE 40 Island. Nori actually sampled a G-Rap and Polo track on that, and they killed it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the beat was fire. Marley Marl produced that as well. You know, that's like one of the underrated joints on NORE because he had like a lot of heat on that album,
Right.
and that's the Rikers album, Rikers album, Rikers album, that joint,
Classic.
classic record, and it was. Well, I don't want to say it was G-Rap in his prime because G-Rap to me is still in his prime now. He sound the same like he did with Polo. He hasn't
Right.
changed his flow or nothing. He didn't try to update his flow for now or anything. Like we said, C-74 adolescents at war. Put your ear to the floor. You hear a nigga getting tore. Homemade blades galore. Jigsaw your fucking jaw. His whole flow on that, just telling like a vivid portrait of what happens in the pen. Just I think he had the best verse on here. Like I don't think Nori's verse was good. Was fucking with it. I don't think Mussolini's verse was fucking with it. I think G-Rap had the best verse on here.
Mm-hmm. Nori can't touch G-Rap.
Nah.
Honestly, Nori always sometimes. I hate to say it, but he always gets washed by a lot of his guest appearances. The only time as a guest appearance he killed it was in the trap when he did that trap called Quest on Love Movement.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not trying to take away from Nori, but he always gets washed in guest appearances and shit.
That's for sure.
Like, especially by like Wyclef and shit. Like,
Man from TV, he got washed on that whole shit.
oh my god!
And the thing is, he went last. You should have went first. You should have went like third or something.
I was like, nigga, why the fuck you go last?
Nature's verse was, to me, I love Nature's verse. I think it was great and severely slept on. I know people always talk about Jada and Styles; they were great, but Nori's verse went last. He shouldn't have went last on that.
See, at least Craig Mack was smart when Flavor of the Year remix. He was right after Biggie. He wasn't the first or the last because Craig Mack's verse was dope, but compared to Biggie and Busta,
exactly, because you're not gonna be better than Busta's verse. You're damn sure not gonna be better than Biggie's verse,
right? But yeah, man. All right, that's a dope pick for that one.
Thanks.
Number 5 is the OG version, or I'm gonna say alternate version of Raw with Big Daddy Kane. You guys know the song Raw from the Long Live the Kane album, which is the classic hip hop album. What many people don't know was that there were 2 versions of the song Raw. There was another version with Kane, and it's like new verses with Kane, and he had Kool Rap on the verse and stuff like that. And Kool Rap just killed that shit. Like that young when all these niggas were hungry in the Juice Crew and stuff like that. Damn, they were on some unstoppable kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though he actually the verse like some of the songs or lyrics on that verse he got to be used in later songs. Like I know like he recycled this one for the second verse on Jive Talk
Yeah.
and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is a very dope. I kind of listened to this version of Raw compared to like the album version,
Mm.
which if I'm not mistaken, there's actually the OG version is not on Long Live the King. There's actually a remix on that version, which is like better mix and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Which hey, yeah, which because you know niggas used to do that shit all the time back in the day.
Facts. Number 4, I got Saigon, the letter P. Remember that joint?
Yeah,
Produced by Just Blaze. I think I was like a mixtape joint actually, because that's not on his album. Um, that beat was fire, and like the with every bar that they had, they made sure that they used the words starting with the letter P, which was creative and brilliant. Coogee rap singing, partner, I'll put you with pain, I'll put it to you plain, I'll pop you for a passenger on the Pan Am plane. People call me crackpot because I put packs in the pot, pop on the block, get it popping like pop. Every line that he had on here was just crazy. They actually did a video for that. I remember back in the day, like I think it was like on the Come Up DVD, the street DVDs, and they did like a little video for that and classic collab with Saigon and Coogee Rap.
classic.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4. I don't think a lot of people know this record I'm about to talk about, but this was a joint that came out in '93. It was his featured verse on the song "The Penal Reunion" and stuff like that too. Which it's an MC Shan song
Mhm.
that came out in '93. But guess who was also on this record too? You
Cool.
had Coogee Rap, yes,
Mhm.
Snow, yes,
Oh,
Snow.
wow.
You had other affiliates like Diesel and Neek the Exotic. This is a very underrated track. Some of MC Shan's best work, which unfortunately wasn't even dropped on the album. It was just a single. He did this one and another song. I think it was called I think it was called Hip Hop Scrap. I'll think about it coming to my head in a long time, but I always felt like Coogee Rap and Hip Hop Roughneck. That's the song.
Mm.
I always felt like Coogee Rap and surprisingly Snow had the best verses
Snow?
on that. Yes,
Snow.
Snow.
12 inches of snow. That that
Yeah,
that motherfucker. Snow.
yeah, Snow.
Wow.
Yeah. He
Wow.
was rapping it. He was
The
mixing
former Snow.
English. He was mixing English and his little language and shit too. He was like, the way he was flowing.
Oh my lord.
It was like, I was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Wow.
And you know, sometimes if you watch certain MTV or BT um edits of his video, they would have to have this like his lyrics as subtitles and shit.
Mm,
But
mm.
yeah, man, that was a very dope ass song and shit like that. I seen that single on vinyl and shit like that, but unfortunately I didn't even pick it up. I gotta pick it up one day and stuff. But I'm gonna send you that song and shit. I'm gonna send it to you.
Mm.
That's how he was sounding this shit.
Man, that's crazy. What year that came out? After coming out like after 93, right?
Yeah, it came out '93. I'm gonna play you a snippet of his verse.
Yeah,
Hold
the
on.
93 Snow came out with his album.
Yeah,
Wow, never heard of
yeah,
it.
because Shan, G Rap, and Snow killed it.
Wow. Gotta hear that.
Like I wish Shan would have dropped an album at that time with that kind of production, like Large Professor production and stuff like that too. I mean, that would have been ill. But
Hmm.
you know, Shan had his issues, man. That's all I gotta say. He had his issues.
He still got it. He still got it. Still got his issues.
Oh, that's all I gotta
I don't
say.
know if I'm hearing Shabba Ranks or what. What am I hearing? Modest Yahoo? What am I hearing on here? All right, I got number 3. I got Heavy D and the Boys Don't Curse. This had to be on this. list.
That's my number 3 too, nigga.
One of the best posse joints that nobody talks about. Heavy D, rest in peace. Peaceful Journey is a classic album. Had one of the hardest tracks on it, that whole album with this. And you had artists like Q-Tip and Grand Puba, Big Daddy Kane with his broken hand at that time. Ironically, who we talked about in the beginning of this live stream, Pete Rock and CL Smooth were both on this. The beat was produced by Pete Rock.
Yep.
You know, this was you know what the crazy thing is, when this first came out in 91, I didn't like this song though. I just felt like,
Really?
yeah, I didn't it took a while for me to really like it over the years. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard it, I was like, I don't like the beat. But over
You didn't
time,
like the
yeah, I didn't like the
wow.
beat when I first heard it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But over time, it was like after the video came out and everything, I was like, yo, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? And I love the message with them, you know, actually having like a cipher without trying to use profanity. You know what I'm saying?
that
Because
was
we didn't
original.
we didn't really we didn't really like, only artist that I knew that was doing that was Will Smith. Like, he made it a point not to use profanity in his rhymes
Man,
or whatever.
I'm tired. Will cursed in his rhymes too. I'm tired of that
When
whole narrative. Will didn't curse in
when
his rhymes.
I don't remember ever hearing Will Smith cursing his rhymes.
Did you hear that song called "You Hit My Bumper, Bitch"? He didn't he
The
have a
song about
song like
Blinker,
that?
yeah, but I
Yep.
mean, they were saying bitch on TV at that time, dude.
That's still a curse word though. Last time I checked.
Is it a curse word now still? Eddie
Yeah.
Murphy used to say bitch on SNL back in the day.
Okay, and that's how defining anybody. Have you ever heard "bitch" and "Muppet Baby" before? I'll wait.
Oh, come on.
I'm just,
I'm talking about who's watching Muppet Babies in 2024.
no. You talking about Eddie Murphy? I was talking about Muppet Babies and shit. You know, because you act like, oh, bitch is still a curse word. I got in trouble for saying bitch one time at work.
To
They
who?
said I couldn't call a customer a bitch.
Oh my lord. Only you would do that.
Well, it was back in my other job and shit. But hey, I was like, you
I
son
don't.
of a
Well,
bitch.
yeah, but Will. I mean, this. Remember, he said that story that when he had a rhyme book and I think his grandmother used to read it, and his grandmother told him like he shouldn't be using profanity, and he hasn't done it. That was the story that I heard, that his grandmother didn't want him to use profanity, and he's never used it.
Yeah,
So
he said bitch one time.
he said bitch one. It wasn't, yeah, but that was part of the chorus though. That was part of, and it
Like
was
how
a
people
bitch
say, oh, Bill Cosby don't curse in his stand-ups. This nigga said asshole and Bill Cosby himself and shit. He said, yeah, but what if he's an asshole? I was like, wait a minute, whoa. Bill Cosby cursed? And I was like, oh shit.
Oh man.
But that was like the only time. I think that's like the only time he said a curse word in his stand-up comedy. But the delivery was so good and shit. Wow, I
Right.
mentioned Bill Cosby. Wow. Okay, well.
Yeah. Might as well,
Anyway,
right? Mention everybody else today. But what he was saying, like, the curse is a plot, but it's getting kind of hot, so I'm gonna let
ooh,
Fendi retire. But if worse comes to worse, I'll curse you out like Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor had a dirty mouth. He had a potty mouth.
yes, yes.
One of the what I can't I still can't understand how Gervais could say that he was whack. I'm like, what, bro? Don't
Face
come
was
on here
wilding.
talking like that,
Face
please.
was wilding. He knows I worship Richard Pryor on this channel and shit.
Right. You know, and yeah, it was just a great verse, and he actually spelled out bitch in his verse.
That was
You know what
ill.
I'm saying? So yeah, man, this is a classic.
This is actually my favorite song on the Peaceful Journey album, which we talked about fairly recently.
Yeah.
And I always feel like this is a top 5 hip hop posse cut, hip hop collab, whatever you want to call it. You have all these MCs at their peak. Kool Rap, Pooba, CL Smooth, Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, even had Pete Rock, Q-Tip.
Killing it.
Yes, I always loved how Kool Rap started it off. He's like, "You telling me don't curse? I reverse. You did it worse. First, I put a curse on every verse. I kind of got outrageous. Check it. I even made a record. I'm doing all the bitch. Like that whole internal rhyming and still keeping up with the flow and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That was very dope and everything like that too. Like him and Pete Rock had the best verses. Yes, Pete did his thing on this song too, which I don't hear a lot of people talk about Pete's verse like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I always felt like I always tell people this. I always felt like Q-Tip was not originally part of this song, but he just snuck in the studio. Because you know how every time people say No one had people was about to announce the next person. So like, so Big Daddy, you know it's time to kick a verse. Tip just snuck in the studio because he was just that nigga. Q-Tip was just that nigga.
He was
He
that
didn't need
nigga.
no introduction. He was the abstract. He didn't need no fucking introduction. But
Right, facts.
this was the creative spark of hip hop at that time. Like you can't see a song like this today. You know what I'm saying? Because now we have songs like putting mollies in cups and thoughts and sluts and my baby mama tripping, huh? My baby mama tripping, huh?
Oh,
Oh,
man.
shit. But
Crazy.
that's my number three.
Number two for me is the Symphony, Marley Marl, the Juice Crew, another epic collab posse cut with Master Ace and G Rap and Craig G and Kane, and that beat is still fire to this day. You
Right.
know, and G Rap killed it. Rip the damn cage like I'm on a rampage. So if you want rage, I'ma make front page. Read the headline, suckers. Today's the deadline. Your days, your head is way past bedtime. Killed it, man. Killed it. My rap is rougher than Brillo. Come on, man. Like this shit still go hard. Like top three posse cut all time, man. I love it. It's a timeless record. I love the video where they like in the saloon with the cowboy hat on and the boots and all that, and just the ill record.
Definitely. All right. My number two. This was so close to me, my number one. But I have a very surprise, controversial pick for my number one. It is this. My number two is MOP. Stick to your guns.
Ooh,
For the
I almost
longest.
put that on the list. I was thinking about putting that one too.
Oh, you almost put that?
Yes, I
Wow.
almost put it on the list because I love that song. But he had so
Yeah.
many great features. You know what I mean? It was hard to pick.
TT said you sound like Gangstalicious from the Boondocks when you rap.
Okay, I guess that's a compliment.
Hey, that means you sound like most. That was Most Def, and she said you sound like Most Def. I guess.
Hey, you from Brooklyn, so
Hey.
Brooklyn's finest.
Oh shit. It's funny. You went from Q to TT and shit. That's funny. Anyway, stick to your guns. Very very dope track. This is from the Firing Squad album, which we talked about. Another album we talked about fairly recently. Um, he killed this joint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody killed this joint, but G Rap. I mean, when he started off, hey yo, I represent cream on crime scenes. I'm in a machine, put M16s in niggas' spleen. I mean, come on, man. This nigga, whenever he started off a fucking verse and everything like that, he always got to spark that shit up right. You know, he might be one of the best MCs to always start off a verse like perfectly. Like I never heard a bad first verse from Cool G Rap compared to some other MCs. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when I hear some a rapper and they do a song like this, sometimes they may have like a forgettable first line or some shit like that. Sometimes it might escalate, and then the punchline was when they pause the fucking beat. They turn off the beat and they want to make sure you hear what this motherfucker gotta say, and that's what the shit niggas remember from the song and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
Coogee Rap, his this whole verse was full of double entendres, fire ass metaphors and stuff like that. This was Coogee Rap at his best, in my opinion.
definitely. Number one, Mob Deep, the realest, one of the
Ooh, that was close to making my list too.
illest collabs ever. Like G Rap and Mob Deep, and from Mob Deep's multi-platinum murder music album. I just did a review on what was that, Tuesday? I did one with a Chop It Up on Instagram Live. It was great, and this is like Queen's finest right here. Like G Rap, Havoc and P, rest in peace. That beat was Bananas Alchemist. You know what I mean? And his whole verse. You know, my fifth's an organ shifter, the human organism lifter. You'll be hearing organs if you're leaving orphans if you're like his whole verse. When slugs burst, G Rap be aiming at your mug first. Niggas is bloodthirst. Classic, classic record. It was brilliant to have G Rap started off and then Havoc and then Pete ended off, and his verse was just as great. I loved it, man. This is still my favorite record on Murder Music.
Definitely.
Definitely needed a video for this.
Yeah, that's my favorite from Murder Music too.
Yeah.
Now, I did say I had a controversial choice for my number one, and
Okay.
this is the Symphony Part Two, not Part One,
Hmm.
but Part Two. This is from Marley Marl's In Control Volume Two album, which some of you might be looking at myself like, hold on, wait a second, laptop want to freeze. All right, okay. So a lot of people don't know that Marley Marl did an In Control Volume Two, which was of course not as good as the first one and stuff like that, but it did have some gems. And he did a Symphony Part Two with Craig G, Master Ace, Big Daddy Kane, Lil Daddy Shane. He dropped a little verse. But when Coogee Rap came, it was over. Mind you, he actually won a hip hop quotable for this verse and shit like that in the source, which I was actually very surprised about because this album was not really fared well when it came out, but it actually pleased my heart because I've always loved this verse. Like the way he started it off, of course, like straight out the motherfucking gutter. I open my shutter to butter ass brother and rip him like a box cutter. You press him, I pull the trigger. I figured nobody could dig a Milli Vanilli ass nigga.
Mm.
And then he had another line I fucking love. But he's like, fruits, I rip them right out of roots like Alex Haley. Here I come straight to the mouth. I'm kicking it slick. Lyrics are harder than a dick inside a whore. A dick inside a whorehouse.
Wow.
Like, and you know the video. If you guys watch the music video, he's the only motherfucker that was cursing on that song. But the way they edited out his verse, how they had like the guitar breaks and shit like that, it's still something fucking ill. Like it's like stretched out, like I don't know, it just still sounded ill the way he was rapping on that shit. Even though I still want to hear the explicit version because that's just how I am.
Right.
But yeah, like for a while, stick to your guns was my favorite. But then over the years, I've just been vibing the Symphony Part Two. Now, mind you, I'm still not a fan of that album like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the newer artists that Marley Marl was having in the R&B joints, I kind of compare that to Dr. Dre Presents the Aftermath.
Mhm.
Has some of the producers' best works, but has some of the producers' forgettable work. If that makes sense. No.
Okay.
So that's my number one.
Fire.
Yeah, I do have two honorable mentions though.
All right.
Mobb Deep's The Realist from the Murder Music. I mean, you already said
Yes.
what you had to say about that record and stuff like that, so I'm not going to reiterate. But that is a very dope record.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I always love that beat like that. Doom, doom, doom,
Ding,
doom,
ding,
doom,
ding, ding,
doom,
ding. Yeah.
doom, 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 doom. I always love that beat. That beat was so ill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is going to be a surprise to many people again, but I got to go with Deadly Rhymes with Roxanne Shante from
Man.
the Bitches Back album, the album that you surprisingly don't like.
Yeah.
G Rap and Kama,
She,
mostly G Rap, wrote
she just tried to be like hardcore on that one. I'm like, this ain't Roxanne.
save all the drama because here comes the big mama. Come on, top 10 diss track, best
Lord.
female hip hop diss track ever.
Oh boy.
Like she flamed both. I love Latifah and Light, but come on, she's talking about roll up and smoke that ass like a reefer. But anyway, yeah, that's my honorable mentions right there.
Yeah, my honorable mention is Stick to Your Guns. I love that track on
Yes.
Firing Squad. That was fire. You know, trying to think of what else that I didn't even write this shit down. I remember Stick to Your Guns. I was gonna put that on the list. I didn't put it on the list. I think it was Don't Curse that had went instead of that one. But he had so many. He had did stuff with Jinx the Juvie. You know, he did shit with a lot of other people, man. It was just to narrow it down, it was just hard, man. You know, he did
Right.
38 Special, a couple years ago. And
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this off right here. 'Cause I gotta get ready for work in the morning. But this has been a very dope video. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. we're gonna do the average white band with Soul Searching. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna slide that one in there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Some good old R&B, funk, blue eyed soul, whatever you want to call it,
Right.
or some shit like that. I'm partially thinking about doing. I'm partially thinking about doing just a random review. We'll land on live chat Sunday, depending on what time I come back from
Okay.
my from out of town. Because I'm not really gonna do a review when I get back, because that's gonna be too much. I don't even know what time I'm actually gonna come back, because niggas ain't playing stuff right. But so I want to move the second Culture Club album to Monday. So I'll send you the schedule um, hopefully by Friday and stuff like that too. But
Okay.
anything to say before we get out?
Um, I just did a top five vinyl on their YouTube channel that dropped yesterday. That came out. Great video. Um, I know Miss Jiggler was supposed to go live 30 minutes ago. I don't think she's going live tonight, but check her out on Friday at 9 p.m. She's gonna be going live on her channel, Goddess of Kink, with the homie Uncle Freezy, and they're gonna be talking about mental health. It's Suicide Prevention Month in September, and they're gonna be
Yeah,
talking about mental health awareness. And she's gonna have some people stop by and talk about what's been going on in their lives, and that should be fun.
definitely.
Yeah,
All right, shout out to that. Shout out to that. Y'all make sure y'all support and watch that. But other than that, hope you all have a good night, and I'll see y'all niggas later. Peace.
peace.